KwaZulu-Natal is one of South Africa's main destinations for seaside tourism. To ensure the public's safety, a controversial shark net system has been implemented. While authorities insist it's needed, the nets have prompted criticism from environmentalists.
A final breath of fresh air before dropping into the Indian Ocean. It's time to dive with sharks. Black-tipped sharks are common among the Aliwal Shoal, a marine protected area off the east coast of South Africa. For some in this group, it's their first encounter with sharks.
For me, this was such an incredible experience. They're really majestic animals underwater, and to just dive with them and see them in their natural habitat is amazing.
Safe shark diving is Gary Snodgrass's speciality. But for several years, this dive centre owner has seen the number and diversity of animals decrease. Some of the larger predators have almost completely disappeared.
We used to call it a tiger shark dive. We've had to change the name because we can't call it a tiger shark dive anymore because we can't, we're seeing them so seldom. So over the last couple of years, it sadly they've decreased in numbers dramatically.
What would be the reason for that?
Shark nets, the drum lines probably.
Shark nets lie only a few hundred meters from shore, 212 meters long and 6 meters wide. Walter Bernardus is one of the pioneers of shark diving in the region.
We've seen loads of dead sharks that have been caught in the nets. Turtles, dolphins, we've had whale sharks caught in these nets.
This system doesn't keep sharks away from beaches. They can simply pass below or around the nets. They have a more final goal: to catch sharks.
They're basically curtains of death. They're a passive system that's been put in the water, and anything that puts its head in that net dies. That's how a gill net works.
The device dates to the late 1950s, when a series of fatal attacks caused panic among bathers in the area. Today, the province's shark board manages more than 37 beaches along 300 kilometers of coastline. There have been no lethal attacks since the nets were installed decades ago, but the system has come under fire for its impact on other species.
In an attempt to reduce the bycatch of the harmless animals, over the last 15 years, we've reduced about 15 kilometres of nets and replaced them with 177 drum lines. Those are simply baited hooks suspended below a drum.
The use of drum lines might be more targeted, but is equally deadly. According to official figures, at least 400 sharks are killed in South Africa each year, including about 50 from protected species such as the great whites and hammerheads. Killing sharks to protect bathers is outdated thinking, says Jean Harris, who heads up marine conservation group Wild Oceans.
By having them there and knowing that they actually don't prevent large sharks coming to the swimming beaches is giving people a false security, but it's also signaling to people that sharks are dangerous and we must protect them. Whereas in actual fact we've got to change people's minds.
But the nets won't disappear anytime soon, especially since the province attracts more than 6 million visitors each year. Despite their reputation, sharks play a pivotal role in the food chain and in the ocean's biodiversity. But faced with this economic reality, sharks are unlikely to shed the image of the villain of the sea.